Do we need to understand more fully and appreciate the impact of the ministry of demons or the ministry of angels? What do we need to appreciate, recognize, and live in the light of more fully? The impact of the demonic on our lives or the impact of the angelic on our lives?
So I would say what we need to wake up to the reality that is the spiritual world, which would involve both. So, there are, though, as a friend of mine would say, the world is an enchanted place. And there are so many more beings present in every situation than I can see. They're all angelic, because the demons are angels, right? Just fallen angels. So both good angels and bad angels. And, it's kind of like the prayer of the prophets that the prophet makes to his for his servant who's feeling terrified because of the situation that he's in. And he just prays, Lord, just open his eyes that he would understand that those who are for us are more than those who are against us. So to live with sharp spiritual vision, I think, is increasingly important in this world that we're living in. In fact, this guy that I was talking to, that I mentioned, who was doing these fasts, I said, my image right now in the culture that we're living in, it's almost like looking at a weather map and you're seeing two fronts collide. So you've seen a high pressure and a low pressure system just collide. And when those things collide, you get tornadic activity. And there seems to be an increase of that in the spiritual life right now for anyone with eyes to see.
Yeah.
But then having said that, the demons have lost and they know it. And we have authority over them, and we need to wield it. Jesus said, I have given you authority to tread on serpents. He meant that. He wants us to wield it, not to go, I remember hearing a guy one time saying, like, to be a disciple is kind of like being a mailman. And so your task is to deliver the mail. But of course, when you deliver the mail, sometimes dogs come up and, they bite you, attack you, chase you, whatever. So you carry a stick with you, but your job is to deliver the mail, right? The moment that the mailman drops the mail and he goes looking for dogs with his stick, he's forgotten the mission. So we want to be careful that we don't get too fascinated with one thing, but at the same time, we expect dogs are going to come my way today. So I got the stick in my hand and I'm going to wield it in Jesus' name.
I love that. That's great. I think that, both of those areas are we have a serious need for better catechesis that can be brought down into our own lives of faith. Like I can't, like how much I've been able to appreciate the role of angels in my own spiritual life, that they're called to lead, provide, and protect me. And that there's a way in which when I give them permission and I ask them to exercise the fullness of the role they have, the mission for which God has given my guardian angel or my family's guardian angel, it shifts the entire approach that I have to my own life. But then, and you brought that up regarding the demonic, like we have authority over demons, and there are demons that are coming at you, they're coming at your family, and you're called upon to take action. So it seems to me that these are things like, again, you and I were in the seminary for how many years? How much did you hear about any of this stuff? It's a shocking
next to nothing.
Next to nothing. In fact, I put
in
together
the abstract.
a list. Very abstract. That's right. Yeah. Okay. And the whole chain of being and where the angels fit in as pure spirits, but not created spirits, blah, blah, blah. But what impact? I made a list of like 30 topics that were never touched upon in the seminary, in a lecture, homily, retreat, conference, a class, not to mention a whole, even a lecture. It was shocking, the lack of what we received. But that's for another program. I'll take you through the 30 topics.
Amen.
Okay.